Hello everyone, Maria here. Today is all about the 3 R's. So the 3 R's come into play when you are giving a presentation or in a meeting, giving an update, or pitching to a high stakes client. When you feel like you've all of a sudden gone on autopilot and you can't remember the last 5 minutes of what you've just said, you've got to reset, refocus, and then resume. Because what's happening is you're not even interested in what you're talking about. You've actually just gone on autopilot. And if you're on autopilot and you can't even remember what you said, then the audience is going to be the same. Because remember, what you are up here is what we get down there. So when you feel like that's happened, there's 3 things that you can do. First of all, take a breath. Because remember, breath is the fuel for all great communication. So when you breathe, you're allowing yourself to get a little bit of oxygen and a little bit of fuel up to your brain and to help support your choices that you are making. Because when you go on autopilot, you're not making choices. You're really just rattling through information with no clarity, no kind of focus, and no kind of awareness about what it is you're talking about. And when you know your information really well, it's very easy to do that because you know it very well. However, your audience is hearing it for the first time. So, number 1, reset. And the first thing you can do to help do that is to take a breath. Take a breath. You can do it in the moment. When you take a breath, you allow yourself a moment to just pause, recalibrate, refocus, and get some new fuel going up to your brain and giving yourself a chance to just say, okay, let's reset here. Now, the next R, refocus. Then, once you've taken that breath and you've stopped, stop whatever you're doing and make a different choice. That's the reset part. Refocus. Okay, where am I actually going? Am I having a conversation right now? Because when you go on autopilot, you're not having a conversation. You're just giving information. And great communication is not just giving information. Great communication is having a conversation with your audience. Has to be more than just reeling off information. Because that never works. You might as well just memorize a script and give it to them. But that is not what makes audiences pay attention. So refocus, recalibrate. Where am I right now and where am I going? Take a breath. Okay, I'm on my second key point. And it's also when you refocus, you're refocusing on your own attention so that your audience can pay attention. Refocus. Where am I now? Remember, have a conversation. It's not about me. It's about my audience's experience right now in this moment. How am I going to make their experience have lots of texture in it? Lots of things like changing up your vocal choices, changing up maybe your hands. Could be maybe you haven't been using your hands. Remember, your hands help to energize your words. Refocus. What's the most important thing here? My audience. Okay. The third thing, resume. Continue on. You're in the journey, wherever you are in the journey of that story, resume. Keep moving forward. You've reset, refocused. Where am I and where am I going? Now go there. So resume. Resume wherever you are in that conversation, that presentation, that pitch. Keep moving forward. Because remember, you have a plan before you start. You have a beginning, you have a middle, and you have an end. So reset, refocus, and resume. Keep your eyes on the prize. Where am I going? You know where you're going to end up at the end of the story. So wherever you are in the middle, resume and move forward again. Okay, so these 3 tips can be so helpful for you guys to implement in that moment. So this isn't stuff that you're studying to do beforehand. This is actually what you can do in that moment when you find that you've just gone on autopilot and you actually don't even know what you've just said over the last 5 minutes. And if you're not registering it and being present, then your audience sure isn't. Okay, so this is to empower you guys, to give you these very simple tips that you can take away and implement right when you finish this video. Because that's what I want you guys to feel. Prepared. Prepared and polished. Prepared to make the choices that you need to make in order to give your audience the best experience and the best chance to pay attention to your story.